So the next one that I got a reasonable amount of pushback for, Aaron Rodgers at number 5. Let me just outline my case before I get your take on it. We're a year removed from Rodgers being back-to-back MVPs, and the season that he just had was one that you could predict coming. It's almost the exact drop in PFF grade that we saw from him the last time he didn't have a number one wide receiver, back in 2015. His grade dropped from 90 in 2014 and 2016 to 75 in 2015. It's like the exact same drop-off when he doesn't have that elite number one wide receiver that he trusts. So it makes sense that we saw that season from Rodgers. I didn't see any real physical decline from him, so I don't imagine there's a reason why he can't bounce back to being one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL with the Jets, because the system will be one he's familiar with. Garrett Wilson will give him an elite receiver to play with. The situation around him is good. I don't see any reason why Rodgers would be worse than the 5th quarterback in the league.
I don't know if I'd have him 5th. Because I do side with you in a lot of those points that you made, but I wouldn't have him too far down on this list. I think I'd have Hurts and Lamar above him. I do. I think that I'd probably have Rodgers 7, and that's more because I think that this year is going to be another year of him getting a little bit older. It's going to be a little bit of a change of scenery. I think he's going to be good in New York. I don't think that he's going to be bad or have this major aggression. I was talking with my co-host on our podcast, Connor Rogers, who's obviously a Jets guy, and we were talking about Rodgers and what we're expecting from him this year. And what I keep going back to is whatever you still think is left in the tank for Aaron Rodgers, I genuinely think we're going to get close to whatever the best version of that is, because he seems really excited about being in a new place. He seems really motivated, and like he's got good receivers to throw the ball to. I think that Garrett Wilson can absolutely be a number one. It's basically just about whether that offensive line is going to hold up. But I think Rodgers still definitely should be a top 8 quarterback on these lists. But of the guys that he's just barely above here, I can understand you're saying, hey, he's only a year removed from winning those back-to-back MVPs. I'd still put Lamar and Jalen Hurts above Aaron Rodgers just because of what those guys do in a little bit of the same light as like what Josh Allen does. When you get those guys in certain situations where it's third down, got to have it, the weapon that they are with their legs and how they can threaten the defense on so many different levels in those got to have it situations, I just think is really, really valuable. So I'd have those two guys ahead of Rodgers.